Yeah. And the thing is that well, I'm still going to do some drive. Well, a guy named Mike Bennett and DJ together Red Bull. I'm going to ask you if I got all of that and I had to buy batteries and China. So I've got all the programs that you can find more. Number 4, number 2 K. I'd like to. Mike's big board still with you. No, it didn't. He had surgery. Yep, it's all new truck. That's drive train. That little dog train.
Nobody forces my YouTube video offline because I set up a copyrighted song.
That's copyrighted artistic license.
Well, I guess there's no commentary on it.
Yeah.
So welcome to the August 2015 meeting. I didn't put the date up there. I did last time because everything was fine. Tim says, hey, you put the date wrong. That's the last one. So today we'll be listening to McCalmont with McCalmont Engineering, speaking about air power and solar. But first, we'll just get to what's been happening. The upcoming events, obviously the rally, we'll talk about that momentarily. But in October, we don't know when that's reasonably okay. Rich Novak of the entrepreneurial EV group in Silicon Valley has invited Lenovo to an event somewhere in Silicon Valley. We're thinking possibly at one of the dealerships in the city. But as of right now, there's no specific place set. Other possibility would be here. I don't know how Ron's feel about that. So, yeah, it would not likely be a Saturday unless it actually ends up being our meeting. I don't know yet. But if anyone doesn't know, or does anyone know what Lenovo is? All right, well, Tom does. Okay, but other people. So Lenovo is very fancy. It's kind of an old school looking Stingray. It's Shelby Cobra. Yes, Cobra. All right, I'm bearing my non-knowledgeable regard. Anyway, so in the Shelby Cobra, they're putting in very powerful. They're counting thousands of pounds of power. It's 600 or 700 horsepower. I think they go with AC, which I thought was weird. You really want a lot of power to use with AC, but that's the kicker here is they're partnering with NVIDIA, and that so NVIDIA is doing all of the internal dials and control screens, whereas they tested up to one touch screen, every screen in the new one is going to be touch screen from what I've seen. And like I said, the one kicker of this is that for the price of this vehicle, you can basically get 2.5 P90s So I'm not quite sure that but I mean, once you have a Tesla, you're just everyone else, right? Oh, well, you got a lot less, like 50,000 other people out there. You're not unique. Unless you have 3 of them.
80,000.
In any case, it's sometime right now we're going to breakfast, and you'll get to see the car and likely drive around the parking lot at least. We'll see. So that's coming up sometime. We got to go to the Steam Fest in July. I know George got to go. Okay. Where was there? Not about 10 at this point. It was pretty good. They put us out in the alley, further away than I was expecting to be. But I don't think it was any less perfect. We weren't really with the ice vehicles, we were on our own. And we were not on our own. So, in any case, it was fun. I liked it. And I'll go again next year. All right, so I'm not going to do the rally prep stuff right now because I want to get to Tom's presentation. But this is an overview. But anyway, this afternoon at 1 p.m., we're going to have a volunteer driver virtual. And because we understand that not everybody planned on going there first, if you want to come, we'll offer you recharging. There's 10 charging stations. So if 10 people want to come and charge simultaneously, we got room. More room than we have here. Then, because we realize that you may not have had to take lunch to bring good. And then we also want to talk about, at least there for that. But at some point, I would like to ask if you guys can find more exhibitors, even if they're small. It doesn't have to be big. We actually accomplished quite a few so far, and I'm really proud of that. We set a month until the rally, and we almost have, well, we have a lot of our major stuff, which is helpful. This is the first check just given to us from our first production day. And it was nice to see Dave right away. He's like, oh, we went to lunch, and the next day he gave me a check for $1,500. We must be excited. I'm looking forward to that. But much more hammering for me. I'd like to get to what's the next slide. I'd like to get to Tom. So,
I just want to point out that this afternoon at 2:20 at the Four Seasons Hotel in Palo Alto, apparently there's a big fuel cell shindig. I think Toyota is going to display their Mirage. I'm sorry, the Mirai. But anyways, if you want to go check it out, I can't remember if it's something about the fuel cell refueling station that's going to be planned in Palo Alto. So all the many people that are signing up for $500 month leases, but to have a place to fuel instead of sitting in the garage waiting for a place to open. Check it out, 2:20 this afternoon, Four Seasons Hotel. It's at 101, I think, in Barcadero.
University.
University. Okay, thanks. So, be there. No smoking allowed, by the way.
Morning, everybody. Morning, okay. Good, it's nice to be here again. And I spoke to the Dailies group in February. Some of you are members of that group who heard me speak already. We've made a lot of progress since then, so I'll give you an update today. It's good to hear about Renovo. Renovo actually shares a building with us, our neighbors. And so we get to see what they're doing. They built very high performance EV sports cars. The first one is what I said is the Shelby Cobra, but they're working on others. Very, very sexy, honestly. Goes 0 to 60 in like 2.8 seconds. Just phenomenal performance. We also get to see a lot of cool cars in the parking lot. There was an Aston Martin there yesterday. Customers come in and talk about so it's pretty fun. So I'm a long-time solar designer, 15 years. Solar, we do like utility scale design, really like commercial industrial design work. And a lot of those projects, people started asking us to incorporate charger infrastructure. So we got interested in charging infrastructure a couple of years ago and started kind of doing a deep dive on this. And that led to Paired Power, which is a company that developed for direct charging EVs from solar. And so that's what I'll talk about today. I'm going to kind of lead into it by talking about workplace charging. And so our solution is really perfect for workplace charging. And, as all of us know in this room, this is, you charge your EV a little differently than you do an ICE car. Nice car, you kind of run it empty and you go to the gas station and fill it up in 5 minutes and let's go. It's not that simple with the EG, and having the ability to charge it that quickly would be a very heavy load. So the model that works really well when a vehicle is parked for long periods of time is a rapid charge. And so the most common place for that is home, of course, but the second most common place for that is the workplace. So you have your car there all day, you just grab it and fill it up. You don't need fast charging. If you're out on the highway or on Highway 5, yeah, you need fast charging, but you don't in the workplace. So that's the notion that we're talking about. So we developed what we believe is the cheapest, greenest way to charge an EV. And I'm going to talk about this in light of 4 truths, too inconvenient and too convenient. And I'll kind of explain that as I go along. So inconvenient truth number 1 is a grid-connected workplace charging is extremely expensive. And people are starting to realize this. A lot of early workplace charging adoption is small numbers of chargers. And so the cost of those is kind of hidden a little bit because if you only put in 3 or 4 or 5, it doesn't impact infrastructure costs too much. It doesn't impact utility bills too much. But when you start to think about a world where we all want to be, where there are many, many EVs on the road, the costs associated with that charging are very significant. And so they really fall into 4 buckets, and I'll talk a little bit about each one. Demand charges, energy costs, the infrastructure costs, and the cost of the charger itself. So a lot of you may know this, but not everybody does, and people probably are often confused about the difference between power and energy. And power, which utility companies refer to as demand, is instantaneous usage of power. So when we came in this room, turned all the lights on, the utility has to have reserves of power to provide that power to us instantaneously. On your home bill, your electric bill, you don't pay for power. You just pay for kilowatt hours, which is energy. And that's because homes don't really have a high demand component. You don't turn on major loads in homes typically. But commercial businesses like this do. So if the chillers up on the roof start up, that creates a huge amount of instantaneous demand that the utility has to meet. So they charge a lot for that. So just to get the term straight, kilowatts is power instantaneous usage. Same as horsepower. Kilowatt hours is power over time, energy. And kind of the EV analogy would be kilowatt hours per mile, kph. So that's energy usage. So on commercial bills, we pay for both. And so just to kind of look at that a little bit, these are demand charges on PG&E's large commercial tariff, which is what most, like this building is probably on E20. Most commercial buildings are on E20. In the summer for peak demand, we pay about $37 per kilowatt between noon and 6 p.m. And on part peak times, which is the morning and the late afternoons, it's about $19 per kilowatt. And the rest of the time, it's about $15 a kilowatt. That's summer, and then winter, it's lower in winter because demand's easier to meet in winter for the utilities. It's about $15 at all times. So the green figures there are when we are typically charging EVs if we are using workplace charging. We're typically charging during the daytime. That's when most people work.
Is that a charge per month? Or that peak hour?
That's correct, in a month, right? So you look at the whole month on 15-minute intervals, and the meter does this.
Yeah.
It takes the maximum of those 15-minute intervals times that rate. And
So
that's
if
the
you
demand
see
charge.
that just once, 15 minutes in the whole month, you have to pay that extra amount.
That's right, exactly. So this is like a secret most people don't know. They're not aware that this is such a big component. And if you look at commercial bills, and we do this a lot, about a half of the bill usually is demand charges, a third to a half. So, and then you add on top of that the energy charge. You still pay for energy. It doesn't go away. And again, it varies on summer and winter and time of day, but the rates are somewhere in the realm of 9 to 15 cents a kilowatt hour for most businesses. So now I'm going to take some real data, and we've been working with some early customers. This customer has 29 chargers, and they shared their data. They gave us all the data that came out of these are charge points. They gave us all their charge point, data points. And so we modeled it and plotted it. And the purple curve there is the demand component of the bill. So it's exactly what you would expect. People come to work early in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people show up at once, and they all plug in. And so the curve goes from 0 up to 100 kilowatts in a very, very short amount of time. And then it basically stays there all day long. You see a little bit of a dip around lunchtime, but basically it stays at that level most of the day. And then around 3:30 to 4, 4:30 to 5, some late days when it falls back off. So this is incremental demand, if you think about it, right? The building has its lights on. It's running its chillers. The data centers are in operation. Like all those other demand components are already running. We added EVs to the load of that building. That's additional demand just for the EVs. So for 29 chargers, that works out to 100 kilowatts at $37, which is the summer rate. This is June or May. $3,700. If we divide that by the 29 chargers, it's $128 per charger. And then divide that by the 21 work days in that month, that's $6 per charger per work day is what it costs for that unit. Make sense to everybody? Yes?
Is that just the charger broken out there? Or
Just the chargers. Just no other load for 29 chargers. We've done this for several other customers, and it's very simple. You see this pattern month after month. You see about the same costs. We have another customer who has 48 chargers. We've modeled all their data. Again, very similar costs, very similar data, very similar pattern. Now, in this line, we added the energy component to that, which is the blue line, and that's cumulative. So you pay for kilowatt hours that are delivered to cars over the entire month. And so this is a cumulative for all the work days at each time of the day, that blue line. And so the cost of that is almost 16,000 kilowatt hours. In the summer, again, you have to use a blended rate because it depends on when in the day that occurs, right? So from noon to 6 is the most expensive time. In the mornings, 8:30 to 9 is a little less expensive. But we've done the math on all that blending. So the average rate is 12.5 cents. So it's about $2,000. Divide that by 29 chargers, that's $68 a charger. And divide by work days, it's $3, a little over $3 per work day for the energy. Next problem is the infrastructure costs. And customers are experiencing this. They put in their first 10 or 15 or 20 chargers. Usually they can do that on the existing building. But when they get above 50 chargers, the building as it's designed was not designed to serve that load. And so now they're faced with actually upgrading the service to the building, which means a new transformer, new electrical gear, new switch gear typically, trenching across the parking lot to get the conductors to the chargers. And the more chargers they are, the further away they are, so the more expensive that becomes. And then after doing that, then repaving, re-landscaping, doing all the cleanup after that. So those are traditional ranges for those costs. We do a lot of solar projects that involve this kind of work, so we know what this costs. And you see the numbers there on the slide. You add it all up, and you're somewhere in the $125, $135 range, up to maybe about $300,000 range. And typically, when companies undertake this expense, they want to make sure they're going to serve the next big chunk of chargers, right? So they'll upgrade enough to do about 50, which is typically what they'll do. So if you take the 50 new chargers that this enables, take the cost and divide by 50, and then divide by work days, it's in the $1.10 to $2.30 range per work day. That cost for the infrastructure. The last piece is the charger itself. It's actually the least expensive cost. People who don't know anything about chargers think, oh, we'll put chargers in, it's only $3,000. No, it's not. That's what the charger costs. But we assume it'll last 10 years. So on a 10-year life, 250 work days a year, you get 2,500 work days. Cost per work day is somewhere around $1.50. And then on top of that, you're going to pay license fees. And those are usually 10% of kilowatt hours that are delivered through the charger. So you're in the $1.20 to $1.90 per workday range. So, point of all that, if you add it all up, the true cost of ownership of large numbers of chargers in the workplace is a very, very significant number. It's $7 to $13 per workday.
Yeah, those numbers on the website that we can look at later.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of numbers on the slide, so I have some of it on fairpower.com. If you go there, it talks about the problem. It's not quite as detailed as this, but sure.
Very well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, now a lot of these corded grid chargers are they share your cord. A lot of workplaces. Because it is expensive to put in, they want to get multiple use. And so the typical use is 2 or 3 vehicles use that charger per day. And the data that shows earlier that was both of those companies were using 3 vehicles per day. So we divide by 3 EVs and divide out and get them on a kilowatt hour basis, and that's the range that we're in. We're in kind of 33 to 63 cents. So total cost for workless charging, if it's grid connected, it's in that range. And as you look at the slide above there, you can tell that about 2/3 of it is utility costs. So it's a significant expense just to buy the electricity. And we also think that 33 to 63 is, companies today are absorbing all of it. A lot of them are, or they're absorbing most of it. Google provides free charging. Some of the other companies inside Dell Mountain View maybe charge 15 cents or 20 cents a kilowatt hour. They're not passing on all of the costs to their employees. And that works great if you only have 100 EV drivers. But if you have 1,000 EV drivers, they probably aren't going to be willing to do that. So that's the point. And that's kind of the point on this slide. It's not really scalable to large numbers of these. The 2 customers I used here as examples, number one, with the 29 chargers, they're spending $3,500 to $5,700 a month on utility bills, depending on whether it's summer or winter. The second customer with 48 chargers is kind of in that same range. Well, if you scale that up and say, okay, let's say they put 100 chargers in, what's their monthly utility bill? What's $15,000? If it's 500 chargers, it's $75,000. If it's 1,000 chargers, it's $150,000. And already at these companies that we're working with, the CFOs are saying, we're not going to do any more chargers. We cannot afford this bill. We cannot subsidize the employees to this extent. And so they're saying no to traditional grid-connected chargers. Inconvenient truth number 2, cord sharing is a hassle. People generally don't like it. Any of you who have experienced it probably know you have to kind of, I get it to 10 o'clock, and I got to go run out to the parking lot and move my car, move my cord, so the next person can get it until 2 o'clock, and he gets it till, the third person gets it till 5 o'clock. It's a hassle, and it's led to some disputes. People put these signs on, do not unplug me, but, as we know, people don't pay attention to those signs. So the 2 convenience tricks. Number 3 is, it turns out if you cover a parking space with solar panels, you get just about the perfect amount of power for a vehicle. It translates into about 9,000 miles of vehicle range per year, about 35 miles a day. It's just a kind of perfect match for workplace charging. And inconvenient trick number 4 is that very few people drive it. So that's the kind of perfect mileage range to meet the needs of the workplace community. So we took these 4 things, these 4 truths, and that's what led us to a better solution. We started thinking about this, as I said, a couple of years ago, and thought, there's got to be a way to do this with solar. It would be cheaper and not involve the grid. And so that's the solution we've developed. We call it SIVO Sun Station. Sun Station's our fuel station. And SIVO is a solar EV oasis. And what this does is direct charging of EVs directly in the sun. It gives people shade. People like that generally in parking lots. It's dedicated. You get it all day. You get space all day, so you don't have to cord share. And it turns out it's about the same cost to charge as home charging. That cost covers everything, all the infrastructure, all the costs associated with it. It's also green. Not everybody cares, but some people do. Workplace charging really isn't green. You're using gas peaker plants to charge your EV. We're using sun. And so we think this is a perfect match for workplace charging. So I'm going to go through a few questions that I get. People say, well, what does it cost? Depends a little bit on features and incentives that apply to your solution and so forth. But it's in the range of 50 cents to $2 per workday. So dramatically less than workplace charging. Maybe about 15% the cost of grid connected charging. And it's equivalent to what people pay at home. And so it's easy for the company who's deploying it to pass that cost on to their employees. It's not a prohibitive cost. Our standard configuration is a 6-pack, so 6 parking spaces with our Seagull box and 6 cords. Each space gets its own cord, and then we replicate that. We'd like to build a minimum number of like 18 or 24 spaces to kind of go to probably canopy. But no cord sharing. Second question I get, do I get enough? And the answer is yes. You get, as I said, about 2.5 to 3 kilowatts per space. It works out to about 4,000 kilowatt hours during the traditional year. That's just workplace hours, so just 250 days, 8 to 5. And you can do the math, it's about 10 to 15 kilowatt hours a day, or about 35 to 50 miles range per day. And this is data from one of those customers. This is a histogram that shows for their chargers by kilowatt hour buckets. These are 1 kilowatt hour buckets. What the requested charge was in a month. And every month was very similar to this. And you can see the most common requested charge is kind of in the range of 6 or 7 kilowatt hours. So most people need about that much to commute. The long tail to the right are all the Tesla drivers who find that it's cheaper to charge at work than at home. So they suck down a lot of juice the rest of the company. But most people are kind of clustered around kind of 6, maybe up as far as 10, but in that range. Another question I get is, is it good on cloudy days? Like, what am I going to get? And this is a histogram of Sunnyvale's solar resource. And you can see by the density of the purple that most days are pretty darn good in Sunnyvale. And in this area, in California. And I'm generalizing to California. Turns out on over 200 of the work days, you get 25 miles of range. And on fewer than 10 work days a year, you get less than 11 miles of range. So that's pretty good. Yeah.
On your last slide.
Yeah.
Do you have any concerns about this histogram changing dramatically as ranges in cars get larger?
It'll be interesting to see how that changes. I think there's a lot of people right now in car lease or Miatas that sort of need to charge. I think as the capacities go up, they may not need as much. So I think anything that you likely to use less and more. But if it's available, they'll take it. And our solution is designed so that if it's available, we'll give it to you. So if it's a nice sunny day. We also, one of the things we do is we concentrate the power, so if it's not pulled apart, if you're the only car of the 6, you get all of that. And so you can actually get a fast charge if it turns out, it's a holiday or a weekend day, you go in, you're going to get it.
As long as it's competitive with full price.
It's still
plenty. But
that's right.
Going back to the picture of the Seagull, let me ask you what I think is a silly question. Is it grid connected at all, or is it truly standalone? Could I put it out in Timbuktu?
It's truly standalone. It can be grid connected. So if you wanted, for example, to retrofit an existing canopy, we can do that. The advantage of that is when cars are not present, I can still deliver that solar power into the grid. So there is an advantage to that, but it doesn't have to be. If we're doing a new system, a new application, and there's no, you want to keep the cost as low as possible, which the best way to do that is have no grid. There's no trenching, there's no tearing up the parking lot.
That's a big selling point.
It's a big, yeah, there's no reason to landscaping other than the area of the campus.
Thanks.
Yeah, it does address the case of the operator who needs to charge on a cloudy day.
We're working on that problem too. We're working on that problem too. Yeah, we envision adding some storage to the system so that we can sort of bank power when it's available and then deliver it when it's not. So, yeah,
I was just going to ask
a big question.
have the batteries that you said on point with that.
Yeah. In fact, I met with Nissan a couple days ago and there's actually my people. So I'm hoping maybe we can do something with that. I think it would be an interesting application to exactly like the batteries and use the storage for so. Just a few more slides and then we'll do questions. How do we connect? We do connect direct DC. So today we use Chadmo. If you're looking inside EDS.com, about 2/3 of sales of the last 5 years have been Chadmo vehicles. So that's why we picked that to start. We're working on combo, and we intend to support combo as well. So we support both of those. We don't support the traditional J1772, but we don't think vehicles that have those really need to charge. They're mostly volts or cars with gas power. It's not as critical for them to get for those charges as it is for pure EVs, battery EVs. And we may at some point add an inverter and do it that way. We also think it's the right mechanism today to control the charger with your phone. So we don't have a lot of bells and whistles and pretty displays on the charger itself. We have QR codes. You scan the code with the phone. You have to be obviously registered in our system, but once you are, it brings up the app and we do all the control features directly from the app. And you can do nice things like text other users in the system. We're envisioning a world where maybe if Joe needs more charge and Ron doesn't, if they make a deal with each other, I'll sell you some of my power. And what we deliver is, just to summarize, the Steve Sun station, which includes everything. It's a turnkey solution, plus the Steve Sun app. And we would love introductions to your company. We have, as I said, some companies that are very interested in working with us on some early pilots. For any of you who are retired, we would love introductions to your former companies. So that concludes what I had to say formally, but I'd be happy to take questions and talk about this more. Yeah.
So there is a product similar to this by Envision.
Yes.
So how does this?
So Envision is very expensive. I don't know if you've priced it. It starts I think at $75,000 for one space. And part of the reason that it's expensive, they've tried to make it portable. It's not really so portable. It has a very heavy battery pack and inverter in it. It's another option that's out there if you want the portability, the ability to kind of move it around. It's certainly available. But we think our solution is better. It's far, far cheaper. Yeah.
I'm more confused about parking spaces. I don't know that you're using there. It looks like you've got 6 parking spaces worth of camping, but then each are 1 car.
No, 6.
Out of 6.
All 6 get each of the 6 gets a cord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the figure is 8 kilowatts and then 16 kilowatt hours per day in the winter, 16 in the summer.
That was per space.
That was per space or for the entire?
No, per space. The 10 to 15 kilowatt hours was per space.
Okay.
Yeah. But the cords, you get a cord at each space.
So there's 6 cars parked in those 6 spaces, so they each get 8 to 16 kilowatt hours.
Correct.
The 6 40 per car.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's fewer vehicles parked there, the vehicles that are there will get more.
That's charged.
They will get more. Right. Yeah, so we think we're kind of the range we think we're in, level 1, level 2, level 3. We're 1.8 to 2.5.
So it's strictly DC, is that correct? So they're only going to
We only do DC. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we need a direct interaction with that. Yeah.
There's a low rate of DC charging.
Correct. Yeah, it's slower, it's not as fast as fast charging. Right? Unless you're the only car on six.
Very simple.
I don't think so. No. They might have a fast charger, and some people are now doing slower rates. But I don't think it's good. We apply for that. We can. Yes.
Have you talked to Tesla about the wall-mounted battery system?
No.
It's not that expensive.
It's an energy storage system.
Oh, that can be used.
Yeah, so just what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, energy storage won't mitigate demand because you're going to exhaust it on the first car, and then after that, it has to recharge. So you're still going to have the demand costs. Either way, it doesn't really eliminate the costs.
Well, it depends on how the system is set up. If it's set to charge based off of the solar panels primarily, and then pull from the battery when demand exceeds that capacity.
You can do that.
Yeah. And then when demand falls later in the day during lunch, it can recharge the battery from the solar panels.
Eric.
How many meters are currently using how you control the current so you can find it out?
Well, it's part of our secret sauce. But we do it by control of the string, basically, with the total string. So we manage the string, so we can combine them in different ways. Yeah, it's sort of sure.
How would this compare if you use microinverters, one per panel instead of your secret sauce technology?
Well, if there's complications with inverters, we could look at that, and maybe we will at some point look at doing an AC connect solution with microinverters. Microinverters that are available today are expecting a grid, so they won't deliver power without a grid.
Well, you can make that out with the
So, yeah. So it might be something we'll look at in the future. Like I said earlier, we think the earlier market, the more important market is the B EVs, the battery EVs, rather than EVs. But maybe eventually we will support the EVs as well.
Not all the battery EVs have to have a light forward focus.
Yeah.
And the Fiat.
We need to put pressure on the manufacturer. Yeah.
So, John, what is the total cost of ownership numbers in both cases for the technology that we use? It's absolutely in real estate and thinking the process.
Yeah.
We're seeing some pushback from CFOs who say subsidize parking for all cars, not just electric cars. So they may see your so-called total customers as just one more employee subsidy on top of this big thing they're already doing. It'd be interesting to see that allocate in bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, we're assuming, I guess, that in workplace charging, parking is a given. The parking is going to be provided one way or the other. One thing that's nice about our approach is we don't have to be close to the building. We can put them anywhere in the parking lot. And that's actually proved to be kind of an issue in some workplaces because the ICE vehicles sort of bitterly complain to the management and say, well, how come EVs get to be right in front? And EVs get to be right in front because that's where it's cheapest to put the chargers. With our solution, they don't have to be in front. That's the parking lot. And that seems to be resonating really well with customers who sort of like that element. And it's like more of a level playing field in terms of the real estate and the allocation.
They're thinking still it's heavily suburban, assuming that there is a part in the parking lot. San Francisco or something,
No, right. Yeah.
Well, something else can be just, they got shade.
We'll probably create that anyway as well. People will say, we don't get shade.
You could buy a EV.
You I think exactly. So. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Never make
So some people were asking what about this English thing. I'm trying to find right now. Some people were curious as to what our next teacher will be. And I found it on my phone. Let me just do that really quick. So,
Insert your PC down.
wait 31 months. Hard.
okay, so what do you guys think? Well, it's kind of twofold. Obviously, the ice age is coming to an end, maybe 2050, but then climate ends. But icebergs do take a long time to move. But I think it feels both to adults and children, kind of like a Disney movie. You got two levels going on, the funny and the reality.
Most people know what ICE means. I think I have a little star on there at the bottom saying.
Well, at the bottom it does say fossil fuels are going.
Yeah, but that's what ICE means. Now, I think that's pretty fast.
Well, we could do a two-fold. There's one on the back, one on the front for EVs as a solution, something of that sort. But what's up?
Well, you might end up with a fist in the face if you see a wrong guy. There's ice or gas.
One part of time you never missed a bit of it, so.
No, but I mean, this is one of those in your face kind of things that is
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's good that it's cryptic. What's up, Fred?
You want to, like, zero the bus engine, so you would be like, I got, C dot, P dot.
I get off and divide.
That was defined as, what's that mean? Zero the bus engine.
Yeah, it's a conversation starter.
I say it reminds me
So the movie?
cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's also double meaning.
The what?
Yes,
Well, but that doesn't include the joke, so.
And it's also double meaning that the climate is warming as well.
I'd say that. This was a design actually done last year in November when we were looking for a t-shirt design. So I thought it was pretty funny. It seems harmless enough. Obviously, it could get someone off if you have a cold over in your face, but was it wrong?
Is Ice Age possibly trademarked by Disney or whoever made that movie?
Possibly, but I mean, I guess maybe it's too cool. That looks like one of the part of it.
But it's also a term that's, common.
Yeah, it's, I don't think the word should be copyrighted.
the dots in there. That would help.
I mean, every time you eat an apple, does the fruit company sue you?
Right.
You can trademark
What's up, Joe? Sorry.
responses, use it and stuff like that, but you can't copyright the title. There's many things with the same title in those movies. So.
Joe?
During new emissions going out of the vehicle. Cause the smoke is
Like I said, the new emissions, it's out of gas.
Thanks for you guys' input. Don't actually have anything beyond that. But, what's up?
A different topic. Are we going to get a little more verbiage?
Right. The initial poster was so you guys have something. Because last year we didn't get the poster out until 2 weeks prior to the event. So it was important to get something. Thanks, Ed, for your contribution. I don't know if anybody else used yours yet, but the point is to make the basics available. And last time we all complained that the poster was too busy. Going to something simple and to the point. And I think that the right idea was one comment that said, we didn't have a website or QR code on the initial poster, but I'm just glad the poster is out there. So you can post it, send it, email it, do whatever, just as long as people know about the event. Because as much as I'd like, 5,000 people to show up, I'll be happy if we get 1,000 if you did. So, but yes.
Have you started the wording on it yet?
Pardon?
Have you started on the wording on the poster yet?
What we've seen so far is just like the rough draft that's available, but there will be, once we actually have all the sponsors, we have a lot of them, as I mentioned earlier. Those will start going on the second version, which should probably be out before the end of next week. We actually have, let's see, PG&E, Energy, Green Team, e-bike adventures, which will be at the volunteer event later. Who else contacted me? eMotorworks Park, Action Hotels. Well, I think I had eight groups contact us and actually say, we want this, we'll give you this much money for X space and placement on t-shirt and marketing materials. So it's going. Actually, better than I hoped. So, but I'm always looking for more. Our budget tends to run about 10,000, and we have not quite that much yet from the sponsors. And some sponsors still haven't paid us from last year.
I was referring to the first that came out there's a rally. A lot of people checking the rally decided then it got changed to something else. I think show or something.
I noticed that other events in the area have changed their name to Expo or Show.
Yeah.
You're right, we don't really race anymore like a rally would properly do. Although I'm not for it. Take it down to the freeway. I know I've done this before at previous meetings. I would really love it if we could do more net right here. But the question is finding a place to do it. And I know if anybody has an 85 or even 60, you probably have more moments than most of us do. I'd still like to get my smart kids here, the 85 feet. But I can choose there to 16 6.6. It's not bad for a tiny car. Well, I know that there's a golf course that goes there to 60 and 1.8, so it's pretty insane. He had roll bars with the roll bars in the back. So not the back of the cars. Yeah, no real we have been considering the possibility of changing it from rally to expo or rally to shows. But there is another thought that I've been talking about with the officers that we potentially go with an entirely different idea altogether. What's it called? Plug day? It's like how the hell is the convention center now? That's not a day. Plug-in event. Huge event. Lots and lots of speakers. It's only $800 you know. And only $500 if you're nonprofit. But I think that's excessive. And what a lot of people do is do a real expo where we have more speakers. For one, we didn't have any lectures last year. And this year we're going to bring that back. And George is going to give his evening version talk at the rally. And we're asking anyone else to do the same. We want more speakers. We want more information. What do people come in for? They're coming for information. For Arnold's example, but we need a thing. We need other than just TVs. What are we really talking about? And people are always asking there's three types of people. There's owners. There's people who are on the fence about EVs, and then people have no idea what EVs are. And we need to hit all of them. We need to entice everyone. What better things can EV owners do now than get a plan like what if it costs $3,000 to put a charging station in your house? How do you get paid for that? That's a considerable change. Energy has a solution, and I personally used it. They did all the installation and making the charging station, and I'm paying them back over a 3-year span, which is a convenient way of doing it. If you're on the fence, well, I need to travel to San Francisco every day, will we make it? Yeah, we will, especially if we use travel charging. And since Don told me about Zerks, you guys heard about Zerks yet? Maybe you heard about Lux Ballet? No? Lux Ballet? Okay. Well, both set on the idea of anywhere pick up, anywhere drop off. So you park somewhere in the city, and and you say, I'm here at this physical location, GPS, they come over, get your car, take it back to the lot, and then bring it back to you wherever you are. That for probably not the cheapest amount. I think Zerks charges $15 a day. And I think that Lux was touting $12 a day.
Got it equipment in the garage.
True. But and I looked into it. Furthermore, I said, well, how much did I do it for per month? And they said $300. Well, man, it's a little high, but you're probably going to get an internal garage instead of external garage storage. But the nice thing is that Zerks will charge your electric vehicle, whereas Lux did not have that option. And since Zerks also takes 24/7, you can be up there anytime, leave your car as long as you like, and guarantee your car will be charged and brought back to you wherever you are. And I was like, I think that's worth $300 a month. At least for now, until we get better charging for Don's example. Maybe Tom will be doing that, putting better charging in the parking areas in San Francisco. But I would like to think just come in Palo Alto. Drop your car off anywhere in Palo Alto, if you have anywhere in Palo Alto, that would be nice. So in any case, the next event up in an hour today. We'll be a volunteer by rehearsal. If you guys don't like the mouth, and said we'll be plenty of charging available. There's 10 charging station spaces. We'll be meeting actually there at parking lot B at James, but it's at 1 o'clock. So I guess now we actually have time to do it. Before we're going to try with some questions, please.
Well, I just want to make an announcement before the meeting ends. Can I?
Please, go ahead.
Okay.
Unless you want to sit there. Yeah.
Hi, so I'm Tom Donahue, and I have recently decided that I want to try to set a world record at Bonneville next year on electric bike. And I would like to draw on the collective knowledge of the group here to help out with some of the design, particularly with the drivetrain. What I'm interested in doing, if it is possible, is to build a direct drive unit to the rear wheel, where the output shaft and motor is directly in line with the rear axle, so there's no change, no gears, no belts, no loss of efficiency, and latest made possible. What that means is that I'm looking for a motor that will be able to produce significant amounts of power in a 2,500 RPM range. So if I could pick the brains of some folks after the meeting, I would be thrilled to get your input and feedback on the idea and see what we recommend.
How fast do you plan?
Well, the record in the class that I'm shooting for right now is just shy of 115 miles an hour. So I'm shooting to build the bike to be capable of 120 to 150 miles an hour.
Do you care how long it takes to get this?
Well, I need to do it within a mile. Because the way that the course is at Bonneville, well, actually, I think the course that we're running about actually 2 miles, if I'm not mistaken. The 2 mile ramp up, 1 mile timed, and then 2 mile ramp down. Now that may vary depending on how the course gets set up, because Bonneville has been plagued with the lack of salt recently, which has limited their ability to create the horses in some cases. So if I can get it done within a mile, that would at least allow me to run on a short course and get as best a speed as I can with that. But ideally, it would be 5 mile course, 2 mile ramp up, 1 mile time, 2 mile right down. And this is going to be a partially streamlined bike, actually based on a Vespa chassis, and with an extended swing arm for the wheelbase. And I talked with Craig Vetter, motorcycle camp, about the streamlined design, and talked with Mike Corbin, with some of the drivetrain ideas. He's a little bit skeptical, and some other people I've spoken with are a little skeptical of the drive idea, but I want to see what options there are and see if that could come out, because I think that that could be very promising for them to do. Okay, so if anybody has any ideas, wants to talk about it, please come see me with me, and we have to talk with you. Thanks. Oh, sorry.
Introductions of people who are here.
Actually, yes. So anyone would like to person also? Who's
Hi there, my name's Matt Bose. This is my first time here, obviously. I'm looking at doing eating for my bike. That would be a good easy points for my channel. And yeah, I was reading the Build Your Own Electric Vehicle book, and that's how I heard about the organization. What you guys asked, and that's fine. So, and to
Cool. Anyone else? No one else to do? Okay. Well, I don't have any more to say. That's a very good week.
Thanks, Jeff.